Hey guys, my name's Nando Brown. I am the head trainer for In the Doghouse Dog Training Centre out in Spain. I'm also part of the Institute of Modern Dog Trainers, and this is Jaws. No, I mean Fizz. Fizz is my new 13-week-old Belgian Shepherd puppy, and she can bite. Puppy biting is a big issue, so I'm going to give you some hints and tips on how to deal with it and try and keep your skin intact. So for Fizz, this has been a big problem for her. She's really struggled with keeping her teeth to herself. So we've been teaching her by using different methods like timeouts. One of the things that I'm going to do, because my pup's getting a little bit boisterous now, she's getting very mouthy, and she does this when she gets really tired. Now, if she bites me, I'm going to give her a warning mark, and then I'm going to follow up with a no reward marker. And these are only bad if you make them bad. They don't have to be scary. It's just information. Now, what I'll do is I'll use my warning mark, which is uh-oh, nicely timed because she chomped on my hand. Too bad is my bad marker, is my no reward marker. I'm going to lift her and I'm going to place her in an area where she can't get the same stimulation. So the important thing for me is to allow the dog to relax. If she comes out and she's already ramped up, then you're going to get nailed again straight away. And we want to reduce the chances of this happening. Your timeout area can be a puppy pen, it can be a crate, or a quiet room where there isn't loads of toys, loads of good stuff going on. You want it to be a fairly boring place to be. If you use a puppy pen that's big enough for you and the dog to be in, then actually you can set up the scenario. And this is something I had to do with Fizz, because toys she didn't want. She would actually spit the toy out and come and chew on me. This can become a problem for everybody. Even dog trainers can struggle with normal dog behaviours. But be consistent and fight through it. Now, if you're using a puppy pen, you can get inside the pen. When you give your time out, you leave the pen and the dog stays inside. That way you're not getting any kind of adverse side effects of making the pen a bad place. Now, the punishment is the loss of social interaction. It's being removed from you. It's not anything scary, painful or intimidating. I can't stress that enough. At the moment, she's lost that social interaction with us. Now I'm going to bring her back in because she's nice and calm. She's been out there for a couple of minutes, and then I'll bring her back in, and as soon as she starts to bite me, I'm going to try and give her something more suitable to bite. But if she puts her teeth on me, I'm going to give her a warning mark, and then I'm going to give her a no reward marker. There's that good girl. Come on in. There's a good girl, come here. So as soon as we start, I'm going to give her something to chew on. She needs to chew something, preferably not my face, to help her teething, okay? Chewing's a normal behaviour for dogs. Uh-oh. Good girl. Too bad. Consistency is the key here, and it will feel like you're doing the same things over and over again, but you have to be consistent, because if you're not, the dog will not learn. Okay, so chewing is a normal behaviour for dogs, not just for puppies. It's good to give your dog an outlet to chew things. There are various different things that it can chew, although pups go through teething stages where they really start to explore their world with their mouth. If you don't supply them with legal chew items, like bones, like Kong toys, that kind of thing, then it's going to be your fingers, or it's going to be your handbag or your shoes. The timeout is a good way to punish a behaviour, but your punishment doesn't have to be scary, painful or intimidating. If you take your time and you're consistent with this, then you can reduce the likelihood of your dog biting you over and over again. If it's not reducing, then we need to look at a different method. One thing that you can do is replace your hands with different toys, different items, something that you can put into their mouth that they can start to bite and they can learn that it's okay for them to bite. One thing that I get asked on a regular basis is if the dog is mouthing me and then I give them something else to chew on, am I reinforcing that behaviour? Well, here's the way to find out. Reinforcement is only reinforcement if the biting increases. And because this is a problem that's not going to be dealt with straight away, you get to find out. If the biting gets worse, then you might well have been reinforcing it. But most of the time, you don't reinforce it. Most of the time, they start to learn that suitable things to chew on are available to them. And if you reinforce them for chewing those things, for instance, going up and giving them a little treat when they're chewing the right thing, instead of waiting for them to start chewing on the chair leg and then telling them off, you'll find they will purposely look out for legal chew items. So this is Skylar, and she is younger than Fizz. So at this age, she's about 11 weeks old, what I'm going to try and do is redirect her to more appropriate chew toys other than my skin. So at the moment, she's got a little toy that she seems to be quite happy with, but if at any point she starts to chew on me, what I'll do is just encourage her to bite onto the toy again. What's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? Whoa. Okay, so what I did there was I redirected her onto something I want her to bite instead of just letting her practice the stuff that I don't like. But I didn't have to be telling her off or anything. I'm just showing her what is more appropriate to bite. As she gets a little bit older and she gets a little bit more control, then we can start introducing our timeouts. But in the moment, at the moment when she's at this age, I would stick to giving her something more appropriate to chew on rather than your nose. Wow, what's this? What's this? Whoa. What's this? Oh, good girl, that's better. If redirecting your puppy to chew something different doesn't work out, then you might look at introducing punishment like a timeout. If you've put your dog in a timeout and they start barking, whining and all that kind of stuff, the best thing to do is initially completely ignore the behaviour. Wait for them to settle down and then they'll learn that being calm will actually allow them to come back out. If, however, they're screaming, then you do need to go and investigate. Make sure there's nothing wrong, they haven't got themselves into trouble. Puppies do like to find the most inappropriate things to play with, so do make sure that you're giving them a timeout in a safe area. So the reason I'm a dog trainer is I made every mistake in the book, and thankfully people like naturallyhappydogs.com are getting out good information so that people don't repeat the mistakes that I've made. However, you never remember how difficult raising a puppy can be. And I've found my own challenges. Getting Fizz, I've not had a dog that is as intense as her when it comes to puppy biting. So you have to be consistent and you have to be patient. These things do take time. It will take a lot of effort, but it's worth it in the long run.